Welcome to the Nürburgring. A few weeks ago I did this exact race and something really caught my attention. I led the first lap, went into the pits, and when I came back out there were guys who did the no stop were miles ahead up the road. Now a no stop is not unusual, but what was strange was just how much time they actually gained. Now the ring doesn't have a mega long pit, not like Laguna and some other tracks, so where has all that pace been coming from? So today, starting off in position 1, I'm doing the same thing, hard tyres, no stop, just full send it. The difficult part to this is the cars behind are going to be on either medium or soft tyres, and they do have quite the advantage over these hard tyres themselves. So if all goes to plan, we manage to keep the cars behind at bay and we don't fall off the track, we might be in for a chance here. As you can see, the cars behind are 1.4 seconds away, 1.6 seconds away with a 2-second penalty. We may lose that very abruptly coming through this next section here. It really is difficult to make sure we keep those cars behind. This part of the track can easily be problematic, especially considering we have a lot of gravel pits on the edge of the corners. As soon as you hit one of those, that's it, swallowed whole, all that momentum is gone and they're basically position lost. So that is something we need to make sure we don't do, and getting closer to the apex flash is kind of needed. The car behind now 0.8 seconds away, reeling us in. We need to make sure we nail these next 2 corners, else this is going to be a problem. I mean, they are in a Ford Focus. Ford Focus is a pretty good car. I'm not too sure it's the right choice for this track. It's a car that I like to drive, but it doesn't like me in it. I find it not that competitive, so yeah, I don't really take it out all that often. Here comes the interesting part to the track. So although I butchered this first corner here, when we get to the bottom of this hill we need to make sure these 2 cars behind do use the brake pedal, because if they do plow into us, and hopefully they don't, we will be in the right situation here. And I also need to make sure that I slow down enough to make sure I can take this corner. We mastered it, absolutely beautiful. Coming out the other side in one piece, easy to make a mistake there. And so is these part of the track here, easy to make a mistake, go wide, hit the curb wrong, go off into the wall, absolutely destroys your run. Now we get to stretch our legs a little bit. We need to make sure we keep the speed up on this car. These cars behind us will have the advantage in these next couple of corners, especially this one here. I'm going to have to let off. These hard tyres will not do it flat out, but I think I could have been close to flat out and done it. I just didn't have the bottle. I'd rather survive and sacrifice than crash in style. Yeah. Flat out down here, gonna lift off this corner just ever so slightly, touch of the brakes there to get the weight on the nose, and you can see I've actually gained time away from the 2 cars behind, which is nothing but short of a miracle. Wow, that was a lovely overtake from easy behind on Skyline GTR, absolute beautiful move. We're coming up to the nemesis corner, I'm going to call it for me, whereas I usually hit the curb on the left, touch the brakes, and the back end likes to overtake. Hopefully that doesn't come about. Beautifully done. Absolutely nailed it. Except for I could probably have gone a little bit faster through this section here. The thing is, I'm not great at this little part and I'd rather stay on track. Sacrifice attempt, stay on the track. Well, I think that's a good motto there. What's not so good is the fart cam being right up behind us. Really, I mean, yes, they're only 0.5 seconds away. And thankfully I didn't go off track when I hit the curb there. 0.5 seconds in a car with probably more than likely far better tyres than I've got. Yeah, I am under pressure, let's put it that way, and hopefully said pressure doesn't get to me and we don't have a moment of pure craziness with crashing. That is a lot to digest there, and that is a very close wall. Thankfully we didn't have a situation from that. Bot cam behind is probably laughing at me. The amount of times I've crashed that wall is not even funny, but at least I didn't bounce off that wall and hit that tyre wall that sticks out. because that would have totally ruined this run. We need to make sure we keep this Astra as wide as possible now. We are about to start said hill climb. Now that fart can behind us is going to be looking to make a move. So I can keep this car semi-wide, then they're not going to be able to make a move. But if they are, I'm going to be using that car as my momentum to get up the hill because it is a little bit quicker than myself. Thankfully, they looked to make a move, ultimately backed out from said move, which is very fair racing, and we can get up the hill almost in one piece. We're going to try and make a move now. I actually have to brake here, buddy. I'm sorry. The hard tires will never make it around that corner at a speed you can carry. Just isn't going to happen. I've tried it once and I met barrier pretty violently. Right, braking down the second gear here, turning in, going a little bit slow on purpose to create a bit of unease and create a bit of space from the car behind because they will brake. And if they brake, I can accelerate away. You can see it has worked because I'm now 0.7 seconds ahead. Although it is a plaster on a very big wound, every little helps. And we need, like I say, to keep this car as wide as possible. I cannot have them making a move unless it's at the latter section of the track where we have the long run at the end and we can use them as our towing mechanism. That is providing, though, they are also on medium tyres. Because if they are on hard tyres, and I do let them pass, Flash, you're an absolute idiot. But I don't think that's the case. I'm praying not. This section of the course here, it favours the bold. It really does. If you can nail every corner, every gear, and maximise as much of the track as you can like that, you really do benefit ever so much. I mean, you can see Skyline GTR now almost 8 seconds away, carrying a 0.7 second penalty. Farkan is looking to make a move. Easy is, I've got to give credit where credit's due, Easy is being spot on. Looking to make a move, ultimately sees the doors closing and backs out, not forces their way through. So, Easy, you see this video, my friend? Absolutely brilliant race review. Thank you ever so much. Honestly, you got to give credit where credit's due because it's not very often you come across races like this. And saying thank you, it's just a little bit of kindness. Now, I'm going to make this car a little bit wider again. Try and not let them pass. You can see they're looking for the move, but I need as much of this track as I can to come through here flat out. Easy. Although that was a little kiss. Thankfully, you didn't get wounded too much. It just cost you half a second by the looks of it. Ultimately, they're going to catch back up, aren't they? Let's be honest. I'm going to be slow through this part of the track here, whilst they're going to be able to carry a lot more speed. I do wonder, though, if they're on soft or medium tyres. I can only presume they're on medium. I'm going to let them pass here. I don't want to sacrifice any more of their time or my time. I am not going to be fastest out of this part of the track. They are. And with that, they can tow me along. Also, I can give them a bump draft if they need it, if I am able to catch up upon them. You see now, Goldilac behind in position 3 is 8.5 seconds away. Skyline GTR is now 9 seconds away. So me and Easy, I want to say working together, but kind of working together. There's a little kiss. Has helped ourselves get away from the bunch of cars behind. Again, I just need to make sure that they are on medium or soft tyres and they do go into the pits. I'm kind of curious if they're not, though, because that car is pretty quick. I'm ultimately going to back out here. I haven't got the bottle to carry the speed they've got. I'm going to have aero wash from the car up in front, as well as different tyre compound. Let's see if they go into the pits. They do. Beautiful. Take care, Easy. Thank you ever so much. It's down to us. 1 lap to go. I kind of wonder at what point they come out of the pits. See, they've gone in the pits. They were literally just ahead of me. Let's say about a second and a half ahead of me, give or take. Coming out of the pits, though. We're at 12 seconds now. Hopefully nobody passes that's on hard tyres. We're almost at 20 seconds. Easy is 21, 22, 23. Still in the pits. I mean, Arish has overtaken. Easy's come out the pits 27 seconds away, 28 seconds. So ultimately, pitting at the Nürburgring is between 27 and 30 seconds long, which is actually a reasonable pit, kind of average. What's got me questioning it though is there are obviously plenty of other tracks you could do hard no stops on, but you don't actually benefit from doing that. You know, either your tires are really worn out at the end, or you're so slow you just can't keep up with the rest of the pack regardless, and their pit strategy is still far more efficient and quicker than your hard no stop. As you can see, easy behind is 25 seconds away, so overall they've gained about 2 seconds, and I would say we're between a third and halfway into this track right now. Like I say, it just gets you questioning where the time gained is from doing this no stop strategy. Let me know if you know down in the comments below. You see, easy is now 26.5 seconds away, and we're coming up to the latter section of this track now. Front tires are worn, they're on minor wear, so we're going to have to be a little bit more cautious as we're going through here. Trying not to bounce off the curbs too much because the grip just will not be there. And any mistake, even if they are 26 seconds away, is a game changer. Because it's not just 26 seconds you're losing when you fall off the track, it's the time they're going to gain whilst you're trying to recover as well. What's also got me questioning is the complexity of this circuit, right? It's got a million of corners in it. And you can go to another circuit, let's say Kyalami or Suzuka for example. A hard no stop barely works there. I've tried it before and the tyres were absolutely ruined in the end. They were in the red, flashing, severe wear, zero grip. Yet I'm doing a 20-minute race here and the tyres are relatively good. No, take that back, the tyres are in brilliant condition compared to other circuits. So I'm kind of wondering where the difference is really, because I'd say this track is far more difficult on a car than Suzuka and Kyalami and places like that. And coming up to the end of the race now, we're still 24.6 seconds ahead of easy in P2. Absolutely insane, and 48 seconds away from position 3, 50 seconds away from position 4. Absolutely insane. So yes, no stopping at the Nürburgring is a meta way to do it. Just got to start in P1 and hold your line. But whilst we are here, I'd like to take a moment out to thank our channel members, which are Andy Good, Somatic, Daniel Adams, Crazy 8, AK47 and Spectral Rain. Thank you guys ever so much for supporting the channel. And if you'd like to be part of this leaderboard, hit that join button down below. Hakone is an absolutely brutal track and I really quite enjoy it. It's brutal on tyres because of how fast the corners are and things like that. Bringing out the link because it's been a while, I thought, do you know what, I saw it there, it felt lonely, took it out, full spin, and it kind of bit me in the backside, I've got to be honest with you. You'll come to see why in a moment, but we're starting off in the middle of the pack. I'm not too sure what Red Bull's doing, but they're definitely braking quite a lot, and I think that must be the first time I've seen a Red Bull livery on the fart can. Green is long gone, so I'm going to see if I can jump into the slipstream of that car, try and get a bit of the momentum back that I've lost thanks to the Red Bull slowing down a bit too much. Wow, it shows you actually how quick the fart cans really are, because that thing is absolutely flying. It's actually leaving me to an extent in the toe. The other fart can is trying to make a move as well. I don't think they've got the speed that one has. Right, braking into this corner here. Quite a bit of bundle is going on, and elbows out TCR style. Coming around this corner here, I'm gonna try and see if we can make a move upon these two, touch that curb, and into the wall we go. It's not just that curb that's a problem, it's this one here. I just lose total control. The rear end of this car does not like the curbs. It's so stiff, and the rebound was pretty high that when I touched the curb, the car bounced to infinity and threw me off the track. Eventually though, I do master it. You can see how rough it is on those corners there. Yeah, so that was a hard lesson to learn, that these tyres, oh no, sorry, the suspension is not one for the curbs at Hakone. I do like the setup, so I'm not going to change it. I just got to learn not to ride the curbs as much as I usually do. this is where I find myself in the procurement of the car is not fast enough to catch the people up in front, yet it's not slow enough to be caught up by the people behind or play with them. But what it is good at is tyres, I'm going to be honest, because we're on lap 8 and I wanted to kind of extend as much of this first part of the race as I can before we go into the pits. You can see position 2 being 9 seconds away, behind being 13 seconds away. These are the no pitters at the moment. We're going to go into the pits at the end of this lap, get another set of medium tyres, see where we come out, because in reality this race is going to be a little bit up and down, to be honest, because the strategies here I don't think make that much of a difference. I certainly don't think medium is any better or worse off than hard to soft and things like that. We're coming out of the pits. We're 46 seconds away from a no-stopper in position 1. Psycho up in front has managed to overtake us there. Also a no-stopper. We're in position 10. Car behind has pitted, so that's a good sign, really, that I won't come any lower than 10. I just need to make sure I can catch up this base level Honda Civic up in front and see if we can make a move upon them. Oh, that's fine. Position 1 has gone into the pits. 46 seconds ahead. They're going to be 15 seconds ahead, give or take, when they come out the pits. So that is not great news. Got to be honest. It would be great, like I say, if we had the tow from another car. The Link is a fast car. It really is a brilliant car to drive. I just don't think it's going to be as quick as everybody else that can be in the tow. Come on, Psycho. Pick a side. Any side. Not this side. There's a car there. Go on, bud. Be fair. Right. Squeeze. Squeeze. Yeah. What did it brake for? Oh, they're going into the pits. Guess the tyres were absolutely ruined. Fair enough. Okay. Position 8 is 6.5 seconds ahead. Certainly don't think I'm going to make that time back up. Position 10 is 4.5 seconds behind. Yeah, it's really interesting, to be honest with you. I mean, I might actually be able to find 6.5 seconds to the car in front. You never know, because if they are battling with somebody, when you battle with someone, it will slow you both down. You never know your chances here, honestly. It's a great place, and it is a great place to be too wide all the way around. You know, you can really battle with anybody here and not be put at a disadvantage, really. It's just overall that you both lose pace because you both can't take the optimal corners. Funny enough though, these two cars up in front do have a long-winded battle, but they haven't pitted either. And I'm not too sure what they were doing, because you can see that they're kind of cautious with each other. So I'm just going to try and get past, leave them to it, and I can only presume their tyres must be absolutely horrendous, because it's lap 13 now and they haven't pitted yet, so they may well be doing a hard no stop, and you certainly can't do that at this track, not like you could at the Nürburgring. So all I can say is, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. But last lap here, we are in position 7, 6.5 seconds give or take from meaning up in front, so we haven't actually really gained anything or lost anything either. Wallaby is 26, 27 seconds away, and position 8 behind is caught us up a little bit, 3.5 seconds away. It's kind of difficult to try and keep pace constantly when you've spent the last half of this race literally just about by yourself. You get distracted, you make silly mistakes, you lose a bit of your get up and go, can I put it that way? Yeah, that'll be my excuse for this one. Thankfully though, I didn't ride any more curbs that put me into infinity walls, which is kind of nice. And it's kind of nice to actually get the Link out, because it's a brilliant thing to drive. I guess I need to revisit the tune ever so slightly though, try and make the back end a little softer, not so rough on the curbs. And to be fair, the curbs at this track here are pretty rough anyway. That car's been skidding here since like lap 4. You can hear it at the side there. No bugs in this game to report, none whatsoever. Coming up to the end of this race though, position 7 overall. Thank you all for watching. See you all next time. Goodbye.